Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa here on Rogers TV. We have busy lifestyles. I mean, we talk about it on the show all the time. People say, oh, I don't have time to cook. I don't have time to maybe even, clean the house or run errands. Well, that's why it's great to have somebody to do it for you. Not all of those things, but some of those things. I'm joined by Kathleen Ladelpha. She is a personal concierge.
That's right.
Welcome. It's great to have you here, Kathleen.
Thanks for having me.
I want to talk for a little bit about your background, because this is something you've been doing for a long time, but now, you've made it your career now. But what attracted you to a business like this?
Oh, that's a very good question. It's actually something that I've probably done since I was a young girl. But what initially attracted me to it lately is that I wanted to have something that was COVID-proof.
Okay.
And there were 2 times in my life where I lost my job because of circumstances, not because I was doing a bad job.
Right.
And so I decided that I wanted to do something that would be more, pandemic-proof or something like that. So
yeah, and I mean, I think it's probably incredibly fulfilling. Like, I could actually see myself enjoying doing a job like this. Tell me about, what does a personal concierge do exactly?
Very good question. So a personal concierge is usually a very skilled and highly skilled person who's going to help you with your day-to-day life.
Okay.
So they can, they'll help you with things that are essential to you or things that are time-consuming for you, and you just need to have a hand in doing it. They also generally have a wealth of a network of people. So if there's something that they are unable to do themselves, they've got that network so that they can get the service done for you.
Can you give me some examples?
Yes,
of
definitely.
Things you would do? Yeah.
Gladly. Well, I can think of a real estate broker who told me once, I love wrapping my own gifts for Christmas and, birthdays, but does she love wrapping 53 of them?
Yeah.
For her clients? The answer is no.
Right.
So I got together with her. We figured out what I needed to get for her, and I went shopping, got all these beautiful specialty items, and put together the gift bags for her clients and her staff.
Right.
I saved her loads of time. So that would be one example. Another example is right now I'm working on a virtual baby shower for somebody who lives out in Vancouver, but most of her friends are here in Ottawa. So I put together the invitation, I've sent out the invitation, got the RSVPs back. I've been sending emails, like teaser emails to the people that are going, and I've set up this, she wanted a Zoom call, so I've set that up too and put together some games for them to play.
You brought a lot of props here with you, so I have to, I have to ask, why the props here today?
Okay, well, these were just props to give you an example of some of the things I might put into a gift basket.
Okay.
I've also got, I am a certified etiquette consultant, business and social etiquette consultant, so that's just a little book there to remind me about that. I can give you one quick example of what I would do in that instance.
Sure, please.
So, if anyone has children, they're going to appreciate this. There was a woman who saw her teenage son repeatedly get into an elevator, walk past senior citizens, walk past everybody, and just get into the elevator with no concern for who else wanted to get on. That bothered Mom immensely.
Yeah.
And so she phoned me. She said, I think my teenage son needs a little bit of social etiquette help. And so she told me a few other things that she'd like him to learn about.
I love it.
And we got 3 of his friends together with him. So the 4 teenagers and myself, I put together a session. We had a great time. They learned a lot of things. And best part was, Mom and Dad were not the bad guys, because they weren't the ones that were trying to teach their kids to do something that was important to them.
That's a great point. Because, I mean, and sometimes kids listen better, right? When it's somebody that they don't know. I mean, I've seen even in behavior in general, right? When somebody else tells a child, to do something, they listen much more than perhaps the parent every now and then. What do you think makes a great concierge? I'll ask you that, Kathleen.
I think a great concierge has to have a lot of skills, firstly, but they have to be very flexible and super personable. You need to be a great listener. and be able to ask the right questions so you can uncover the exact needs of an individual, and then work on, solving or getting answers and success for those needs to be filled.
Who uses that that kind of service, a concierge? Who are your usual clients? Would you say?
Anybody.
Really? Eh?
It could be you.
Yeah.
I have people who call me and they don't really know exactly what they want me to do, and so we sit and we chat. I help them make the to-do list. I do the to-do list and I check off the to-do list.
Right.
It could be somebody who's a real foodie, loves food, likes to entertain, but isn't able or isn't interested in going and doing all the shopping. I have somebody like that.
Right.
She does beautiful dinner parties at her home once a month. So I go to all the specialty shops and I get all the food and I bring it home to her. I help her set up a beautiful table and she does the cooking. So
Are there misconceptions, do you think, out there, Kathleen, about concierge and the service?
I have not experienced it myself. Are you thinking, is there something that...
Well, I don't know. I guess, first thing that comes to mind would be, if you're going to have a concierge, you must be extremely wealthy. Right? I think, that kind of thing, certainly must come up, in people's minds.
That's not, yes, I think it might. You're absolutely right. But you don't need to be extremely wealthy to do this.
Right.
We work on within a budget, and my goal is to make you happy and get the job done. And at the end of the day, I want people to say to somebody, how on earth did you manage to get all of this done? And I want my client to look at them and say, I have Kathleen.
Right, exactly. Or you can even cheat and say that you did it yourself, right?
Yes,
I guess you could, right?
Well, sure.
But
maybe
no, it's
we've
better.
all
Always better to give credit where credit is due. Kathleen, if somebody's looking for your services, where can they find you at the moment?
You can find me on Facebook if you look for the Personal Concierge or Your Personal Concierge. But if you have a pen and paper, I would suggest write down my phone number, 613-277-7075, or Kathleen.Ladelpha@gmail.com.
Excellent. Thanks so much for joining us, Kathleen.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back.